Kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic sparkling tune-up Tuesday. How has your day been? What tunes were you rocking out to today? Please let us know in the comments below, and while you're doing that, if you're watching this on YouTube, please click the like button, the subscribe button, and get the notifications. So today has been Tune-Up Tuesday. Today we were talking about music and the impact it has on our lives, and how you can set how your mindset can be set by the different types of music you listen to. So I've been when I've been having getting up, stretching my legs, having a walk around, I've put music on to help with that as well. So some of the 80s tunes went on for that today because I like rocking out to the 80s. Yes, I know I'm showing my age, but I don't care. I'm 54 years young. I'll be 55 in December. And my theory is old is always 10 years older than what you are now. Therefore, you will never be old. And then when I was working on the help desk, I had a little bit of classical music playing in the background because I find classical music helps me concentrate some. So that's why I was using that. I did not put the Zen music on. I did not put the relaxation music on because I would have been out to it. So I was listening to classical music today, some of the more upbeat ones than normal ones, not just the regular, the slow ones that you could just sit there and go. I wanted some with a bit of type stuff in them. I have no idea what half the music is I listen to. There was back in the late 80s, early 90s, back in the 90s, I could have told you the name of just about every song that was on the radio and who sung it. Now I have no clue who sings half the songs I listen to, except the ones that I'm familiar with from the 80s. When it comes to classical music, I can tell if there are certain tunes that play, I can tell you what they are. I could not tell you who the composer was for some of them. But most of the classical music out there, I am completely, what's the word I'm looking for? I have no idea what the pieces of music are that I listen to. Really, I really have no clue whatsoever for some of the classical music I listen to. And if I did know what the tune was, I wouldn't even know who the composer was. But there are like about 3 or 4 pieces that I do know, and I know what they're called. One I might know who did. No, I don't even know if I actually know that either. But anyway, so what tunes did you get to rock out to today? Please let us know in the comments below, because I'm always looking for different music to listen to at different times, depending what mood I'm in. Some can help me take me from being down and out to being back on top of things again. So do you have any music that does that for you? Do you have that music that kicks you in the butt and gets you motivated and gets you moving again? Do you have some that you just like to get up and you just dance to that because it's on? There are some tunes that when they come on, I gotta crank the volume up. We used to do that in the car with Walking on Sunshine, and what was the other one that we used to do that too? There was Walking on Sunshine and I Can See Clearly Now the Rain Is Gone. So those were 2 tunes that when they came on the radio, it got cranked up and the windows got well down, and we would just sing it at the top of our lungs. I didn't care who was around us and who was watching or listening or anything else. They were just happy songs. They're happy songs. So I had a really great day productivity-wise. For some reason, when I've got music going, I'm able to concentrate better and get more work done in the same time frame that if I don't have music on. And it rained. It lasted for all of about 5 minutes. The ground didn't even get wet. The car did not even get wet. But the little weather thing said that there was some rain, so I went and I stood outside, and yes, my head is taller than the car, so I felt it on my face, and that was about it. The car didn't get a drop on it. And I was like, really? So it never even made it down to the ground. That's how hot it was, because it was like 104 degrees outside, which for those back in New Zealand is somewhere in the 40s, like low 40s, I think. Yeah, around 41, 42. So yeah, and because we only had like about 17% humidity, the rain came in and it didn't even make it to ground level. Didn't even make it to the roof of the car. It did make it to my head and shoulders, and that was it. So yes, that was kind of, actually no, I think just the head. I don't think I made it to the shoulders. But it's been blowing pretty heavily today. We're up in, we've been consistently in the 20 to 25 mile per hour wind this afternoon. So, of course, the awning got pulled in, and we'll be sitting here, and it just starts a little gentle rocking thing going, and it's still pretty cloudy outside, like it could rain again. So I'm sort of like, yes, maybe it'll rain while I'm out walking Zeffie, because if it rains when we start walking and it stops halfway through, by the time I get back to RV, we'll be dry again. That's my theory. I want to test it. So I know people think I'm nuts, but I love the rain because it is so refreshing. It is, it clears the air. My sinuses love when it rains because it gets rid of all that crap in the air that's going through my nostrils and into my lungs and everything else, and flares up my allergies. So I absolutely love it when it rains. But I just love the refreshing feeling that you get when you get rained on. And I can be standing outside in a downpour and dancing. As long as there's no lightning around, I will be outside dancing in the rain if I know that it is raining. And it's really hard to hear if there's any rain pounding down while we're inside the RV, because I have 2 AC units going and they're not exactly quiet. But anyway, so that's it for us for today. What tunes did you rock out to today? Did you listen to? Did it help you be more productive at work? Did it help lift your mood? Let us know in the comments below, and we will catch you guys back here tomorrow morning for Winning Wednesday, which is when, even though we should be celebrating our daily wins, it is where we get to celebrate we talk about celebrating our big wins of the week. So gather up those big wins for the week so we can hear about them tomorrow. That was the other interesting thing I saw. So during lunch today, I was floating around on Amazon there, and because they're doing their Prime Day thing, which is like a Black Friday sale, and they had it yesterday and today, and you have to be a Prime member in order to participate. But they do have a 30-day free trial on the Prime membership, which I thought, well, that's interesting. It goes over Prime Day. Great way to get people on that. But I was busy just browsing through, seeing what was on there, and there was some really good deals on there. And some of them was like, yeah, no. Oh, well, I could do with that. And I was like, no, I've got another way I can do that. And so looking at lots of things. But one thing that struck me, and it was like 53% off. It's normally like $300 and something, and it was down to $100 and something. They had a keyboard that looked like an old-fashioned typewriter, and at the back, if you know the typewriter where you've got the keys there, and then you have that hollowed-out piece where the keys come up to strike the paper, they had it look like it had a roller on there for the paper with a paper prop behind. That paper prop behind is where you put your laptop or your tablet, and it was set up as a Bluetooth keyboard. So you could sit there like you're typing on an old-fashioned typewriter. Now, they made it the smaller desk one, not the big chunky desk one, but just the small personalized typewriter. But it had like the return lever on there. It had all of that stuff on there. But it was Bluetooth, and it was down to like 190, I think it was, 180, 190, somewhere around there. And like I said, it was over 50% off. I thought that was great, but I thought, I'm not paying that price for it. Plus, I do have an iPad. I could probably use it. But where the paper goes in the thing, you can actually stand a tablet or a iPad in that slot, and then you connect via Bluetooth, and you've now got yourself a keyboard. I thought that is so cool, and it looked really, really good. So that was pretty cool to see. And no, I did not order one. I thought the price was a little too high for what it was, even with the 50-something% discount that they had on it. But they had some really good deals in there, and there was, I got a new sun hat. It cost me $3. But it's got a nice wide brim on it, and around here when I'm out walking Zeffie in the mornings, my baseball cap is fine. My Stetson is just too hot to wear because it's black and it's made of wool. My baseball cap's fine because it's got all the ventilation on it, but this is a sun hat that has the ventilation piece on the top, has a wide brim that goes all the way around, but coming out of the back of the hat, it has a ponytail hole at the back of the hat. And I thought, well, that would be really cool. And it came in purple. It came in colour about the same as this shirt, but without the sparkles. But I thought, I can wear that, and I can even clip the sides up if I want to, because you can clip up the sides or just leave them down. So I ordered that, and that arrives on Thursday. But it cost me like it was less than $5. It was less than $5. And with Prime, it was free shipping. So I was like, well, that was a really good deal. And it was like 70% off or something like that. So I can't wait to pick that up on, I think Saturday I have to go pick up now because I don't have time during this week to go pick it up while they're open. So yeah, no, they had some really good deals. Some I was very tempted to get, and some I actually put in the cart, and then I went back and then I got distracted and went off and did something else, and then came back. Oh, because Zeffy wanted some cheese. That's right, Zeffy wanted some cheese, and so I was playing with him. Then I looked back at it, went into the cart, and went, "Yep, delete, delete, delete." So I was very proud of myself for deleting the stuff that I really didn't need. I just wanted to get because it was such a good deal. But then I thought about it, and thought, nope, I am not saving any money if I am purchasing something that I don't really need just to get it at the price that it's at. So I did a lot of deleting and a lot of bypassing, but there was some for those that have. Plus, I've also got to think of space in the RV as well. How much space do I have to put stuff? And I didn't want to clutter up the RV with any more stuff. I mean, I'm already trying to declutter right now because after a couple of years traveling in the RV, we've accumulated a bit, so we need to declutter before bringing anything else in. But the hat, that was a good buy because it's a wide brim hat, so when I'm out in that heat and that sun, I get more protection, especially around the face, the neck, the ears, and the back of the neck as well. So I'm very happy with that. But I'll show it to you when it arrives. It gets here on Thursday. I'm probably picking it up on Saturday. I'm going to have Zeffy at doggy daycare on Saturday, so I can get some errands done. And I have an appointment with a brand new potential client on Saturday too, and I have no idea who this woman is or how she found out about me. But I love those ones. It's great. It's fantastic. Maybe it was through a friend. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to finding out how she found out about my genealogical services, and we'll go from there and see if we can help her. So it's kind of exciting. So it's going to be a fun Saturday. But anyway, I'm out of here. I got to go take a DOG for WALK in a very overcast and windy situation. We have gray skies outside. And no sun. I went out. I had to go when it was raining. I had to run out, and I don't even know why I bothered closing the windows because the roof of the car was even getting wet. But I have the back windows open a crack, and I have these really cool stocking sunscreen solar shields that go over the door. So you open the door, you take the stocking thing, you stretch it across the top of the door, and when you close the door, you've got a screen on each side of the window. So think of stockings and just pulling it over a window. And the cool part is that you can wind the window down, and the screens are still in place. And if you've looked on my Facebook page somewhere, there's a picture of Zeffy. I had to pull over to the side of the road to take it. Fortunately, we were still in the campground. So I pulled over to take this picture, and you can just see the screen come down, and then it protrudes a bit where her nose was, because she gets her nose in there, and she'll actually push her nose out as far as she can and sniff. And you can actually hear her taking these deep breaths as she breathes in through her nose, trying to get the sense that we're getting as we pass. And it's absolutely hilarious because she'll get her whole snout up. Want to come up? Come on. Want to come up? Yes, no, maybe you just want scratches. So she'll get her whole nose out there, and it actually looks quite funny. But the cool part is that when I'm here, and because of the heat, I learned this back in New Zealand when I was going to an air show. One time they were advising us as we got in here, because the heat of the day was going to get up quite high, they were wanting us all to crack our windows open a little bit, because they'd had situations in the past when the temperatures had got this high of windows exploding in cars, because the heat inside built up so much that the pressure just blew windows out or damaged some windows. And so that's what they said to do. Now, this was back in the early 80s. So cars have changed a little bit since then, but I always remember this thing about hot days. In fact, when Brad and I went to Andrews Air Force Base for the Armed Services air show that they had on that day when we were living in Virginia, they told us the same thing. They looked at our van and they said, crack open your back windows, because we had the back windows that would pop out to the side. They said, because we're going to be getting up pretty hot up here, and we've had windows exploding on cars that have been closed up tight. So we're asking people to crack windows. But just open up your back windows, which are those little panel bits that just pop out, like about 2 inches at the back. And he said that'll be enough for the heat inside the car to get out. And so that's what we did. And so with these stockings over the windows, I can actually crack the back windows and nobody can tell, which is really cool. So I just crack it open just a little bit, and I can get that ventilation, it means that any heat inside the car can escape, and it's got an escape valve, if you want to call it that. And if it's blowing and there's all that dust blowing around, it can't get in the car because of the screens. I'm like, yay! So I was super excited about that. So so I went out. The reason I went outside, one, because it was raining, and two, I needed to close the windows. But then I realized it wasn't even hitting the roof of the car. So I was like, then if it's not hitting the roof of the car, it's not getting to the windows. But anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. We'll be back tomorrow morning for a Winning Wednesday. So think about what are your wins this week so we can celebrate with you tomorrow. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling Tuesday evening with your Tune Up Tuesday. Go listen to some more tunes. Turn the TV off, turn the movies off. Just listen to music. Have some fun. Have a dance competition at home. Dance with yourself if you need to. Dance like nobody's watching. I always do. Zeffie watches me and I look at her and go, you want to come dance? And she'll just turn her head away. Like, yeah, no, it's not happening. But anyway, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. He konera.